This is Killingworth, a new town in North Tyneside, 5 miles north of Newcastle. Hello, my name is Richard, and today we are going to look at this small northeast town that played a big part in the birth of the railways. This is the story of Killingworth Station. Killingworth, or Killingworth Township to give it its original name, is a new town that was built in 1963 of what had been farmland next to Killingworth village. The connection to the birth of the railways can be traced back to the start of the 1800s, when George Stephenson, who had been born in June 1781 in Wylam, Northumberland, began working as a brakesman at Killingworth Pit. The Stephenson family, including George's wife Frances and son Robert, lived here at Dale Cottage in Westmore from 1804 until 1823. After impressing with his ability to repair faulty pumping engines, Stephenson was promoted to engine wright at West Pit in 1812. While other areas of the country had built canals to move industrial goods in the days when roads were inadequate, what's changed? The great northern coalfield of Northumberland and Durham became the first to make widespread use of wagonways, primitive railways with wooden tracks to convey materials from mines and quarries to ports and markets. Stephenson had already developed a miner's safety lamp, known as the Geordie lamp, presumably after its inventor, and this is rumoured to be where the term Geordie came from to describe the people of Tyneside. Stephenson, along with his son Robert, went on to invent steam locomotive technology, and his first successful design, Bolcher, named after the Prussian general from the Battle of Waterloo, operated on the Killingworth Wagonway. Killingworth Wagonway had originally opened in 1765 and was extended to Westmore in 1806 and then on to Burradon in 1826. A further section that ran south from Rising Sun Farm was horse operated until 1850. This now forms part of the Rising Sun Park Run course. The success of Stephenson's Bolcher and later Rocket, which was designed by George's son Robert and built in Forth Works in Newcastle in 1829, led to the creation of the Stockton and Darlington Railway, which opened to passengers in 1825, the first passenger rail service in the world. In 1839, Stephenson surveyed a train route from Newcastle to Berwick, and this rail service opened in 1847. Fittingly, Killingworth Station was on this main line. The station itself was located next to the level crossing and opened on the 1st of March 1847. The site of the station building is now this sheltered housing development, Nellie Gorman House, just off Sharon Close, named after Stephenson's sister Eleanor, who had taken care of young Robert after George's wife Frances died in 1806. The site received a cast iron NER footbridge, but the station was not convenient for Killingworth village, which was a mile away with no direct path or road, and there wasn't even direct access to Westmore colliery cottages. Up until the 1960s, the land to the north of the station was just farmland, while to the west stood Gosforth House mansion of the Brandling family, surrounded by High Gosforth Park. Killingworth Station gained a new source of passengers in 1881 when Newcastle Races was moved from Town Moor to High Gosforth Park and second sidings were added for the racecourse traffic. But this boom didn't last. Just a year later, Westmore Pit closed, and as frequent buses and trams now ran to the city centre, it took more business away from the station. In 1923, ownership of the station passed to LNER, and in 1924 the Gosforth Light Railway was completed as part of the local electric tramway network, which ran alongside Great North Road right next to the racecourse grandstand. And with Killingworth over a mile away, the station faced even more competition. Eventually, in June 1954, Killingworth Station closed on a Sunday, and on the 15th of September 1958 it closed to passengers completely. The goods service was finally stopped on the 2nd of June 1965. Shortly before the station closed, 2 new residential estates were built in Westmore and the Killingworth Township we mentioned earlier. Despite this increase in the local population of around 15,000 people, Killingworth Station was never reopened. By 1973 the station building was still standing, but it was in a state of disrepair and it was demolished soon after. The construction of the Tyne and Wear Metro in the late 1970s and early 1980s gave hope that Killingworth Station might be revived. But the route instead went through Long Benton and Four Lane Ends before heading along the coast. Very little now remains to suggest this area was once at the very heart of the new rail network, and all the other local stations in the area such as Forest Hall, Backworth and Annisford have long since shut down. However, the Stephenson legacy lives on here. The former family home, Dial Cottage on Great Lime Road at Westmoor, still stands, but sadly the museum that was once here is no longer open. The local high school and a local pub are also permanent reminders of Killingworth's most famous resident. My name is Richard, and this has been the story of how this little town in North Tyneside was at the very heart of the 19th century industrial revolution. If you have enjoyed this episode, please give it a like, and why not consider subscribing to the channel. I'll be back next time with some more interesting content like this, so join me for that very soon.